And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The View from Here, Behind Enemy Lines. That's Mike over there, my co-host. I'm Roy, your host. We don't have a lot to talk about right now. We're going to make this kind of short because it's past Michael's bedtime. And as you can see, he needs his beauty sleep.
I want the audience to know that Roy gave me a little bit of trouble just before we started. He would not accept that I'm black.
He's talking about his shirt, not that he's black. Yeah. Hey, according to, who was it? According to, was it Christopher Walken? Or was it the other guy in that one film where he said, yeah, of course you're black because you're Sicilian.
Yeah, that's there are a lot of people. Well, the fact of the matter is that historically the Moors were there.
Yeah. Same thing in Portugal and southern Spain.
Sicily has been conquered many times.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what you do when you conquer a people, don't you? You screw the women.
Yeah, of course.
That's what you're supposed to
do. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to what we want because we're not going to be here long. As I said, do you know that the WEF, even though Klaus Schwab has apparently retired, they came out with another idea, shall we say, or another edict of theirs?
Tell me what their economic interests are.
What?
World Economic Forum.
Oh, yeah. The World Economic Forum's interests are to control the entire wealth of the world.
Well, yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to do that, too.
Yes, but you don't want to kill off billions of people to do it. Then again, if you had that kind of money, who knows?
What are the odds? You know,
yeah,
I mean, you know.
We're corruptible.
Are we talking about a sure thing, or are we rolling dice on these people?
Fuck the WEF. Fuck Klaus Schwab. You know what they said? You know what they want to do? They want people to stop making homemade produce. In other words, it's aimed mainly at these urban gardens that you have, like people have it on their patios in their apartment buildings or on their little balconies, or they'll have like a little yard behind and they don't want people doing that anymore because they said it's too much trouble and it contributes to, of course, global warming somehow because of the effort that's put into it and I think paltry returns.
That makes sense because no doubt having plants which grow on the earth is something we should avoid.
Yeah, because then you're going to get a lot of carbon dioxide eaten up by the plants. And then they don't have to try and zero out the carbon.
I say we just get atomic weapons and just glass the entire outside of the earth. So this way we can eliminate.
We should do that to Yemen. Actually, we should do that to Yemen where the Houthis are. I mean, Trump has ordered strikes on them. They killed some of the leadership, but, you're going to get other leaders coming up.
Ordered? Hell, he's going to them with a vengeance.
Oh, yeah, good, because for years they've been targeting a ship. Because they have been attacking ships on the Red Sea, ships are avoiding transporting goods through the Red Sea because, one, they can't get insurance anymore. Two, they could get shot up, lose everything. Their people might get killed. So they've been going around the long way, which makes everything much more expensive. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's not good business to go into a war zone. That's for sure. Above and beyond, there's loss of life, and who the hell are they to attack these ships? As a matter of fact, I believe Trump has insisted that he will not stop attacking their installations until all commercial and military ships are no longer attacked.
Well, I heard that he said this is what I heard the media say that he wanted a promise from them that American ships would no longer be targeted. But I doubt he would limit it to American ships. I think he would do just what you say he's doing, which is saying nobody gets attacked. Okay, and because that would make more sense. What are you laughing at? Anyway,
what? Stick around more often, and maybe you'll know. But anyway, the thing is that nice.
Yeah,
nice love. So the thing is that Trump is doing what he should be doing, which is protecting, shipping and so forth.
The high seas.
Not to mention, it's strangling Israel, who's our ally. So, and they had the audacity to attack our ships. Frankly, it's like Trump just put into the law that if you kill a policeman, you get the death penalty. And
If you what?
you get the death penalty if you kill a policeman.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to be a swift trial. So you don't get to live much longer than the
25
man.
years in jail while they do appeals upon appeals upon appeals.
Exactly, which, by the way, costs taxpayers money. Frankly,
Tons of money.
a murdering bastard doesn't deserve to have one penny spent in his favor.
No, he deserves the cost of a bullet. That's it. Maybe a cost of the electricity to fry his guts.
I'll tell you what, I'll take out my wallet right now and I'll pay for that bullet right now.
Anyway, did you see that strike on the ISIS leader? A drone strike. They hit his car twice. He's going down the road in the desert, and all of a sudden, boom, hits, and the car kept going, and boom, got struck again. So he's friggin' dead. Yeah, ISIS will have to pick somebody else to lead them.
The battery needs a new car.
Definitely needs a new car. Maybe he'll be persuaded to buy a Tesla.
Well, that's something I was thinking about. All these attacks on Tesla vehicles. That they're trying to destroy that business. They're trying to make it that if you own a Tesla or want to buy a Tesla, you won't do it because some crazy bastard might go ahead and blow it up.
Yeah, I saw a guy. This happened down in Texas, I think. Guy parked his car, got out of the car, walked away. Then he walks back in. Then he walks past his car, comes back again. Then he goes up to the car that's parked next to him, which was a Tesla, and you see him keying the car. And they said, "Does anybody know this guy? They want to get it at him." I hope they get him. I hope he really gets some good hard time for that shit, and has to pay for the damages.
Well, according to the Constitution, you're only supposed to get punishment equal to the offense. So keying a car doesn't mean a year in jail. I'm sorry.
No, sometime in jail.
You have to pay for all of the expenses that led to it.
Yeah, and maybe key his ass too.
Right,
or his car. Okay. Another thing that we heard today, the American Heart Association. You would think that they would be for heart health, right? Guess who 2 of the new 6 members of their board are right now? They have put General Mills and PepsiCo on their board of advisors. So, now here's the thing about those companies, especially PepsiCo. Both of them are opposed to Bobby Kennedy's wanting to take candy, soda, chips, and all that. Right now, you can buy that stuff with food stamps. He wants to prohibit that, like it used to be originally. You just buy food, not unhealthy snacks. And of course, these 2 board members are against that because their companies are against that because their companies make millions and millions and millions, if not billions, from selling that shit.
I think it's brilliant putting those people in charge because since they're the primary reason why there's so much illness in this country, they should be the first ones that would, the experts that would know what the causes are and how to reverse it.
Well, they don't want to reverse it. They want to keep it that way. And maybe that's what the American Heart Association,
I don't mind,
a corrupt organization.
if they keep it that way for a little while, make a couple more bucks, maybe just a few more years, But eventually they'll come around. You'll see.
They'll come around who? The American Heart Association? Anyway, it could be that they just want to drum up business for their member doctors. Remember, they were all these medical things, the American Health Association, the American Medical Association, they were all corrupt and involved in the Fauci genocide. Okay?
Yeah, well, the thing is that we've been staring at facades for so long that now that we recognize them for what they are, there's no decency in them.
No, they have no decency. Just like who was that jerk who attacked somebody saying, "Have you no decency, sir?" They were imitating that reporter from the 50s and 60s because he said that in the film to Senator McCarthy. "Have you no decency, sir?" Anyway, this clown was saying it to one of the Republicans because of Doge. All right, they didn't want the Department of Education shut down.
By the way, I have bad news.
Give me the bad news first.
Yes, it's all in one. Okay, first of all, hold on to your emotions. I'm going to invoke the name of the devil, Chuck Schumer.
Scumbag.
Yes, calm down, calm the fuck down. Okay, so
calm down by drinking my coffee.
Here's how it goes. The person I play board games with is what I would consider a hard left. The
One of the
kind of
people.
talk about all the time. You can't reason with them, whatever.
Right.
Even he hates Chuck Schumer.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
But why? Is it because Schumer went along with the budget?
You cannot get a reason from this guy. You understand that? Just be
Okay.
happy he
Let me
hates.
ask this: is it his hatred of Schumer? Is that recently born?
I don't know, because I made a slur about Chuck Schumer. They said, yeah, he's an asshole. And I was surprised. I thought I was going to get...
I guarantee you, it's because Chuck Schumer caved in and supported the budget that the Republicans.
That's what I think, too.
Yeah.
But the thing is that who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
You know, it's like the left loved Elon Musk, you know.
Unfortunately, this guy lives in Pennsylvania, so he's not going to be voting against Schumer anyway.
Well, fortunately, he does live in Pennsylvania, so his vote won't count anymore.
Good. Let's see. You know what else the left is doing? The Democrats are doing it, the deep state, whoever. They're calling for Elon Musk to be assassinated. The guy is working 16-hour days at no pay to try and help the country, and these motherfuckers want him assassinated because he's about to cut their gravy train.
Well, you just said it. They tried to assassinate Trump because they were afraid that he was going to expose them, and now they want to assassinate. That's the solution. Assassinate these people.
Well, did you see what happened Friday night? And I hope they got her, and I hope they got her equipment and checked it, because this one bitch from NPR, okay, and she's like one of these blue-haired or pink-haired assholes, and she hates Trump. She's spouted shit against him all the time. She was at the press conference he was holding. It looked like on an airport tarmac or something. And she's about, I say the picture I saw shows her about 8 feet away, and she had this long pole. She had this long microphone that had a fuzzy, it was long, had a fuzzy thing over it. You know, the air, what do they call it? The air thing?
It's a mic.
She goes and she pokes him in the face, in the nose or the mouth with the microphone.
She actually touched him with the microphone?
She touched him with the microphone. And Trump was like, you know, somebody else started asking something, and Trump goes, you know, she's going to be famous. She's going to be famous tonight. Man, I'm just hoping that there wasn't some kind of toxic agent there, that it didn't have like maybe a point inside the microphone that she could stab him and inject him with something. God help us, man. They better keep a fucking eye on her. The Secret Service should have her locked up, period. That's assault. Nobody in history has ever hit the president and whoever it is in the face with a microphone. They've hit him with bullets, but never a microphone.
Right. Well, you know, it's. I don't know. The thing is, I have to ask the question: what was that planned? Was that intended, or was that simply an accident?
Probably. I wouldn't. Even if it was just on the spur of the moment, she hit him because she didn't like. She hates him. She hates him. But fuck her. What?
Does she hate him?
Yes, she hates him. She's written terrible things about him in the past.
When you hate somebody, you don't take special care of your behavior with them. So she might have just been sloppy because she doesn't give a fuck.
Hopefully that's it, and he's all right.
I tell you one thing, you're never going to see her there again.
No. And I don't think they're going to allow anybody to get that close with a microphone anymore.
No.
I hope not. You know?
Well,
okay, what else?
Is that what the left seems to not grasp is that if you take down Trump, you have J.D. Vance to answer to.
And he's going to get revenge.
The thing is, he's the first to bite.
Yeah. Not only that, all those people who voted for Donald Trump, you are going to have one pissed off populace.
Yeah, there would be a purge.
There would be civil unrest like they never expected.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what it would take to trigger that in this country anymore. I thought that we already had reached that point, and we actually didn't.
No, but these motherfuckers keep pushing and pushing and pushing. We started to push back, okay? Right. But now, with this, if something happens to President Trump as a result of this, I think it's going to go beyond pushing back.
Well, you know, the responses of the left, you know, they're some of their ludicrous stuff and also some of their just out and out vileness is a sign that it's working, that Trump's being successful, because these people are losing it. They're losing it because, I mean, I forget, there was There was somebody reading a list of politicians, Democrats, how much money they made in the last like 4 years. And the numbers are staggering for somebody who's making $200,000 a year, supposedly.
Yeah.
It's just, we're talking massive amounts of money, millions, not just millions, but tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah. I mean, look at all that bullshit with the Social Security. People that 500 years old are still under records getting paid. Where'd that money go to?
Yeah, and so I saw some article, the headline, one of these leftist media outlets saying that, here's the truth about all those, quote, Social Security recipients still collecting Social Security. They're going to say, no, it's not. They're going to say, okay, so it's not 32 million collecting, but they're on the rolls. But only 10 million of them are collecting illegally. Okay, that makes it okay? Jerk-offs or whatever number they come up with. They might say 500,000. Even 500,000 is way too fucking much.
Well, the thing is that the left, if they don't have an argument, they simply either run away or accuse you of being unacceptable, or just simply say that your information is faulty, but never really explore whatever it is that you said.
And they never attack.
Well, they're not interested in an answer. They're only interested in defeating you.
They want to confuse people so they don't listen to the truth anymore.
These people are confused themselves. Now, they don't have the courage to actually look at what they've accepted, so they simply can't. It's a delusion that they've been working on for so long time, and they need it to be okay. And when it's not okay, that you're crumbling their world. You're destroying them.
Okay, here's some more destruction of them. More good news for you. You're going to smile at this one. Obviously, you haven't heard it or you would have brought it up. Did you hear that today Donald Trump said, and they're looking into it very hard, and they're probably going to do it. He said he wants it to go to the courts. He said it'll be through the courts. They're going to decide. But he is saying that because of the auto pen that signed all those pardons.
Yes.
A lot of when they signed all those pardons for a bunch of people, that day Joe Biden was in, I think, the Virgin Islands or something, playing golf at the time that those things were being auto-signed. So he may not even know who he pardoned.
He's already been questioned in the past as to certain things that he signed, and he didn't even know what they were, that they were signed or whatever. And the thing is, with the auto pen, you don't have to be present.
No.
But he
has to authorize it.
Yes, I was going to get to that. So the thing is that Joe Biden, who you and I are absolutely sure of is mentally deficient, did not have the wherewithal to make the decisions that he supposedly signed.
Well, also, remember, her investigation, her testified before Congress that he didn't bring charges against Joe Biden because he is mentally incapable of standing trial.
He would be seen as being an old, gentlemanly man, old, frail man. That's the definition of your president. Oh my God!
Exactly. This guy. I mean, so he's already been. Everybody already knows he's out of it.
I think we would have been run better if we had a 3-year-old and you said, "There's bad people coming across the street. Should we let them in?" No. Bad people are bad people. No, we don't want those people here. Make them go away. Yes, Mr. President, that a 3-year-old would have been better. Such as we need
3-year-olds.
I don't know what that is. I want to go and play. Goodbye.
You know that Jasmine Crockett, that nearly a midget who is in Congress now, who's making a lot of noise and who did that little dance the day of the. She taped that thing the day of Trump's speech. They did a thing in the Capitol building. Yeah.
That's small, though.
You know how she keeps trying to say that she's from the streets and she's from the hood. That truth of the matter is, she was brought up privileged. She comes from a wealthy family, a family with money. She went to expensive colleges. She is not a street person. She can't even relate to the ghetto. Okay, and she's fooling everybody. So she's just. And here's how stupid she is or thinks people are. She said that illegals are not criminals.
Yeah, I heard that one.
To which Tom Homan replied, illegals are criminals. That's why they're called illegals.
Yeah, it's a ludicrous thing to say because you've just validated the very thing you're against.
And just so we don't attack only Democrats who deserve it all the time, remember, Tom Cotton is revealing he's a RINO. He does not want the JFK files released.
They're already going to be released. Trump already said they're going to be out tomorrow.
But we don't know how much of those documents have been tampered with, how many have been destroyed. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Apparently Trump did not release them last time. He was releasing some, but stopped because Mike Pompeo, and this is why he's not in the current administration, told him it would destroy the CIA. But Trump also told somebody, I forget who it was, that Judge Napolitano claims that Trump told him, if you'd seen what I saw, you would be horrified and you wouldn't want it released either. But now he's ready to release it. So
it's because the CIA is the enemy.
Yeah, it is. It is. You spoke of a third grader. Let's use the number 3 and go to 3%. What is 3%?
3% is the number of patriots that fought the British during the Civil War, the Revolutionary War.
That's true. But it's also in more recent times, it is Obama, curse his name, is the only president to never hit 3% GDP. And he had 8 years to do it. Not once in his 8 years did GDP hit 3%. So he's the only president that never brought the GDP to 3% or more. That piece of shit. It's bad enough he destroyed, almost completely destroyed racial relations when he was in power. But now he did that too.
Well, he was good enough to create the illusion that races were actually against each other, which made everybody paranoid.
Yeah.
This is that he did exactly what he is. He's a facade. He is simply, a fake.
He's a scumbag.
Yeah, and so, fakes make fakes. What can I tell you?
You know that Jake Tapper last week released a book on Biden about how Biden was, how the media kept Biden's mental state hidden. Well, the thing is, he was one of the main guys claiming that Biden was fine. How the hell is he going to excuse that in the book? He won't even mention himself in the book, I'm sure. I hope that fucking book goes nowhere.
Yeah, Harvard Law School said that they're going to cover the cost for a handful of students whose families make under
200,000.
200,000, yeah.
Oh, it's Harvard Law School? I thought it was Harvard, period.
Harvard, then it is.
Yeah, because they want a lot of minorities. They want them in there, and they want to keep churning them out and keep brainwashing them and turning them against America.
It's illegal for them for most schools based upon the law to actually choose based upon meritocracy, because they have numbers that they have to fill. They have to have so many of this group, so many of that group, so many of that group. If they don't do that, then they don't get funded.
Quotas are illegal. Quotas were deemed illegal by the Supreme Court years ago, but they've been doing it anyway, these bastards.
Right. Well, the thing is, it's not that, yes, they've been doing it, but they've been doing it because they've been coerced into doing it because the regime that was in was pushing DEI.
No. They were doing it long before Obama even. Okay, they've been infiltrated by the left for decades now.
Well, there was a bunch of Asian students that sued. I forget which school for not letting him in because they let students that got lesser grades because
Harvard too. Yeah, they said they had too many Asians because the Asians were the ones getting the grades.
Yeah, well, the thing is if you're going to have a school driven by merit, then you want the best.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, I had it here. Jasmine Crockett, getting back to her for a moment, she went to school that was $35,000 a year. And then after that, she went to Rhodes College.
Look,
which cost her parents.
She is nothing to me. I don't really care. She did a little dance in the hall. It got a lot of They got a lot of hits. She's an instant celebrity. Congratulations. I don't give a shit about her yesterday. I didn't give a shit about her yesterday. I don't care about her now. I won't care about her in the future. She's just reached just now her high watermark. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope she's voted out next election. By the way, Florida, in a recent thing that U.S. News and World Report, no friend of the right, put out recently, Florida, they rated the states in different categories, and Florida came out number one in education and number one in economy. Okay. California came down somewhere around, I think it was 14th or 29th in education or something, and 14th in economy, or vice versa. So Gavin Newsom versus, what's his name? Oh my God, who's the governor of California? Jesus.
Gavin Newsom.
No, he's California. I mean, I'm in Florida.
Oh, DeSantis.
DeSantis, yeah. DeSantis was right. DeSantis' policies were correct, and DeSantis' policies helped Americans in his state live better.
Well, I'm impressed.
And more.
I'm impressed with the leadership in Texas and in Florida. I understand there's a number of other states that have done a fine job too. It's just that they kind of stick out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's their population.
What else here? Okay, you know that USAID again. There were 55,000 NGOs that received $300 billion from that organization. So
there was an NGO that AID funded, by the way.
One of 55,000.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. They found. Oh, I was
1,000 NGOs. And here's the kicker with the NGOs: they give them the money, and there's no transparency. There are no strings attached. You spend the money whatever way you want, and you don't have to keep records. This is how Act Blue got millions of dollars and then gave it away to Democrat politicians. And what they were doing, we've now discovered, Doge has discovered, they were not Doge. I mean, what's his name? James O'Keefe. He went and interviewed several people who supposedly gave so much money. Elderly people, like one lady supposedly gave $300,000 over a period of like eight different donations. She said, no way. There's no way. And another couple they were told that over a period of 9 months, he gave what was it? I think $90,000 or something. And he said, I don't have that kind of money. And a lot of other people, same thing. And this is how Act Blue was putting their names down as donors. So taking that money that our taxes were funding USAID, and USAID was funding Act Blue, and Act Blue was funding all the Democrat politicians with phony donations.
Have you
that right there is against the law. Every one of those motherfuckers in Act Blue should be jailed.
Have you noticed the gas prices have significantly?
They've come down a little bit, actually. I was surprised. I was up in Rhode Island this weekend, and I expected the gas up there to be way higher. I filled up the tank the day before I came back. It only cost me $2.73 a gallon.
Okay, that's good.
And here in New Jersey, what?
It's about the same price.
Yeah. And eggs, I stopped by Acme today, and I checked the price of eggs. Now, the Vital eggs, the good ones, the pasture raised, are still a little high, but the other eggs are down to $6.99, $5.99, $4.99 even. Okay, so they're down a lot.
Well, at my store, I get 18 eggs that are free-ranged, grass-fed. You get the whole 9 yards for $8.
Okay, and what were they before this bird flu bullshit?
About $6.
There you go.
Well, because they're more expensive. They've always been more expensive. It's a process.
If this thing with the Houthis, if this works out, if Trump either gets them to back off or just destroys them, which is my preference, destroy the whole fucking country. I mean, their military, their capability, and keep Iran from funding them again, then that's going to reduce the prices of goods all over, because ships will be able to transport through the Red Sea again, and they'll be able to get insurance again. Because the insurance companies aren't going to do it. Even if you bring the risk down from 100 to 5% that they're going to get attacked, insurance companies don't want to get involved in that. They want a zero chance, okay, or close to zero.
Well, the
So
thing is, there has to be enough risk for them to even be needed. But the thing is,
there's always a risk. They could sink. They
uh,
could sink. They could hit a rock and sink or something.
as I understand it, the Panama Canal's been straightened out.
Yeah, the Chinese are getting kicked out,
Yeah, they're
and
gone.
they were charging us $800,000 a ship. Fuck Red China. Okay, finally, I think that all those people who want free stuff, they should be very happy about Doge, because finding billions in waste means that we could, some of that could be used in part to lower the debt, lower our budget, and lower our taxes. And also maybe it would help students by sending more money to the schools themselves, but to the parents to use as what do you call vouchers, so they can take their kid to any school they want. So if their kid is going to a shit school, and they'll be able to move them to a better school. And this would create competition among the schools, and the schools would have to either go the way of the dodo.
Well, that's a good point to end the night with.
Yes, that's all I had anyway. And I was going to say, we've gone a little longer than I expected. Oh, shit. What the hell? Are we recording?
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, no. I just don't see a timer right now. But it says it's got the button to stop. So that means, oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, they changed it. They moved it up top. So we've been on for 38 minutes.
Okay.
They changed it. It used to be down here. It said record and give me the time. And now I look and there's nothing there, but it's up at the top of the screen now. So anyway, we will say good night now. We will be back soon. And one little announcement. We hope to have a guest, a very unusual guest. I'm not going to even hint at who it is, but I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll get a unique point of view about
someone
military and related.
Two of us put together, that's for sure.
What?
Someone much smarter than the two of us put together.
I forgot something. Hold on, I almost forgot something.
Good night.
Yeah, I have to do it. No. Okay, we got the All-American Dad joke of the night to finish this.
No, come on.
Jeez.
Save it. I want to go to sleep.
No. What's Forrest Gump's password?
Gonna make me shut you down.
What's Forrest Gump's password?
Hurry it up.
One Forrest one.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, folks. See you next time on The View from Here.